British lawmakers overwhelmingly voted to approve Prime Minister Boris Johnson's new Brexit deal Friday, marking a moment of triumph days after winning a commanding parliamentary majority. Members of Parliament voted 358 to 234 to send Johnson's Withdrawal Agreement bill to the next phase of more scrutiny and possible amendments before the House of Lords approves it. Johnson ran last week's general election on a promise to end more than 3 years of political gridlock and lead Britain out of the European Union on January 31. The UK's departure will open a new phase of Brexit, as Britain and the EU race to strike new relationships for trade, security and a host of other areas by the end of 2020. Brexit will be done, it will be over. This is a time when we move on and discard the old labels of leave and remain. Now is the time to act together as one reinvigorated nation. Boris Johnson. Before Friday's vote, Johnson painted it as a moment of closure for Britons, saying, "Brexit will be done, it will be over. This is a time when we move on and discard the old labels of leave and remain," he added. Now is the time to act together as one reinvigorated nation. He said passing the bill would end the acrimony and anguish that has consumed the country for the last 3 years. Britain voted narrowly to leave the EU in a 2016 referendum. But previous attempts by Johnson and his predecessor, Theresa May, to pass a Brexit deal through the UK Parliament foundered as lawmakers objected to sections of the agreement and demanded a bigger say in the process. Johnson's election victory finally gives him the power to get his way. The bill commits Britain to leaving the EU on January 31 and to concluding trade talks with the bloc by the end of 2020. Trade experts and EU officials say striking a free trade deal within 11 months will be a struggle, but Johnson insists he won't agree to any more delays. The Brexit bill has been amended to bar ministers from agreeing to extend the transition period with the EU. The new divorce bill needs to be ratified by the European Parliament, whose Vice President, Pedro Silva Pereira, said officials expect to happen by January 29. Very little will change immediately after Brexit. Britain will remain an EU member in all but name during the 11-month transition period that ends in December 2020.